Toree 3D. It's time to go back to the eShop dumpster. It's been a while since I've done this, where I look for a cheap game under $1 to see if it's worth the low price I paid for it. It's been a while since I've done this since Nintendo seemingly have gotten rid of the 99-cent games. So I kind of played around with the idea of moving up to $1.99. That did seem too expensive for this. Imagine my surprise when I was Googling 3D platformers for the Switch, and I found this for 99 cents. And before you say it, yes, I also saw Tinykins. I bought them both, and Tinykins is up next to review, so you can look forward to that. Looking at this, I don't know why some of the games can't get past the $1.99 barrier. It's the same mystery on why the AAA clock is constantly on the eShop new releases. I'm not going to buy a clock for the Switch. Same thing with the calculator, even if it's made by Sabic, a company I will eventually get around to doing a bulk review of. The littlest Wiiviewer instantly knew what I was playing, and he was watching me. He told me it was some game that was part of a horror bundle. I googled it, and I see something about the haunted PS1 demo disc, and it looks like just a fancy title for a bunch of games. Toree 3D is a platformer, which mostly sets paths, and it's just a race to get to the finish. It has the graphical style of an N64 or PlayStation game. For what it was enjoyable. You have to jump and double jump through 9 levels and a few remixes. There are checkpoints to help you get through its medium difficulty level. I did finish the game, but I died a lot. But to be fair, a good deal of the deaths had to do with my impatience. The level designs were interesting. They had the normal kinds that you might see in a platformer, like an ice world and so on. Then there was also junk buses everywhere in one. And the strangest one was when a face in the background would occasionally come at me. And the level became very hard to see where the jumps were. It was really a one-off. I was expecting some context on what was going on, like the lore of this rubber ducky needing to run from the face of this world, but it's not there. If there's a story to this, I never found it. There are unlockable characters, but they're locked behind getting all the stars in levels, or getting A rankings on all the worlds. And just like when I was in school, I was constantly getting C's, and I was happy with it. So there was no way I was going to unlock those characters. Now this is not a long game. I beat it in a little under an hour. There's really not any secrets to find, just quicker ways to get through the levels. Now, like I mentioned, there were unlockable characters which will encourage you to replay the levels, but for me, they were only fun enough to play just once. Toree 3D was enjoyable. Maybe it was the brief levels, or that the game really wasn't dragged out. The visuals were very retro, but that didn't distract me from the gameplay. Now the big question is the game worth 99 cents? And I have to say, yes it is, but no more than that. Going into this, I had no idea what this was, other than it was a platformer. But it was better than I expected. It had some clever level designs, because you never knew what it was going to do when it came to the visuals, or what it was going to throw at you, because it was usually crazy. If you're looking for some fun, quick, inexpensive 3D platformer to play, you're not going to do much better than this, so I do think it's worth a buy.